I'm out here in my garden and I've had a few questions about my prayer pot. So, bringing it here to my YouTube channel. A prayer pot is basically something that you use in your garden to put prayers in for healing, for any level of healing, anything spiritual, things that you want to get rid of, um, things that have been weighing on you in different ways. A prayer pot can literally help in certain situations with that. And what you can also do with the soil from your prayer pot is scatter it throughout your garden whenever needed. So, say one plant looks like it's having a rough time and it needs the soil refreshed, you can use the same soil from out of your prayer pot and put it into your garden. So then that way it'll be helping make something else grow. Very beautiful. So, with that being said, this here is my prayer pot. My prayer pot, as you see, it has the crucifixion cross on here and it also has the ankh on here, meaning that the crossroads will only last for so long and this is going to be eternal healing. So anything placed in this pot will literally be most mostly based around somebody's healing, things that they're trying to see happen or change for the better for themselves. And on my prayer pot, I also have Psalms 89 and 4. Now, for your prayer pot, I would recommend putting the scripture or verse on here on your pot that best suits you, that you want to represent for you. So for me, that's the one I chose. Now, in the prayer pot, as I said, now any person that does like candles for spiritual workings, like for healing or protection, you can use that wax. You can put those buried into your prayer pot. You can also use parchment paper, any form of paper that will break down into the soil to help the soil break down even better. You can use those petitions on here as well and enter them into your prayer pot. Now, I do have different prayers that are already broken down in here that have literally broken down in time since I've had it out here. And with the rain, it does nothing but help. But every once in a while, I come out here and till the dirt, turn it, make sure that it's going fine. So then that way, when I need the soil to go into other plants, as you see here with my garden, that soil actually brings something that's more of a benefit. It actually helps the plants grow way better than what I expected them to. So that's why I use my prayer pot as well to release different things that are holding weights to me and to also help someone else along the way and to nourish my garden. And I also have here my rainwater. Now, rainwater is very sacred for me when it comes down to my prayer pot and my garden because this rainwater, it works way better with healing and spiritual practices versus regular water because this is coming straight from the sky. And I also have my different herbal mixtures that is at the bottom that helps to cleanse the water as the water enters that well. But back to the main reason I started my prayer pot. Now, I started my prayer pot mostly because I know that sometimes going to different temples, the churches as I call them, to get that clarity or release of different things that have been bothering me or those that I love or people that I know, and it wasn't really just working with some things. And sometimes, as we all know, sometimes listening ears can be vents to other rooms. With that being said, sometimes your prayers aren't always safe in those dwellings. So I decided to get me a pot, put me some soil in that pot, bless that pot and the soil that's in it. And by blessing it, I mean by reciting scriptures, prayers over it that will help it to be what I need it to be in those times. Now, when I started that prayer pot, no lie, like y'all, stuff was ugly. Ugly. Do you like ugly? Real ugly. But after I started writing down different things that were bothering me or different people that I know have had different things start, happening to them that were out of the ordinary that they didn't welcome in. Let's just say that. I put those prayers out there in that prayer pot, and within a couple of weeks, you can start seeing different changes. You can start seeing, you know, a release of pressure and stress and sorrow and pain and grief, like literally lift off of everyone. And it inspired me to start speaking about it. Now, I recently posted it to my Facebook page, I believe today, about my prayer pot, but I've been posting about it and talking about it for a little minute now. And I wanted to bring it to my YouTube because I feel like more people, if not other people, are probably wanting to or are doing the same thing. I feel like anyone that is a gardener or considers themselves a gardener, that has very close ties with nature and spiritually in tune with a lot of different things, this will probably be something that will actually work for you. Because me, myself, like, yes, I do practice different things as far as spiritual workings go to help people with protection and healing and whatever else they may need. But I'm very firm on working with God with a lot of things. Now, when it comes down to helping people with certain stuff like this, it may not be for everybody because, like, for me, candles don't work for me. Now, they help others, and I have done candles for other people that it have worked for, but for me, it ain't my cup of tea, baby, and it don't work for me. But this prayer pot has been helping, and this isn't my first prayer pot. This is probably like the second or third prayer pot I've had, but I've never just called them a prayer pot. It'll just be, my bed of dirt that I would use to, get rid of different things. But since I've literally put this back up and I've been working back with it and making it something that's more solid, it's actually been turning out a whole lot better. And I really, really love it, and I'm glad that I started it. So hopefully this can help someone else and it can be of encouragement to you. And I pray that it can literally change your life like it has done mine so far. Um, Also, the only things that you will need for your prayer pot is, like I said, you a pot to put it in, or you can get you a bed of dirt and surround it with bricks. You can do that as well and fill that inner circle in with dirt. And you can also, once you get those parts done, add your mixture of herbs, your protection herbs, however you do it, your salt, baby, whatever you do. If you get you some sea salt and you recite the 23rd Psalm over it and use that as your protection, baby, do that. And sprinkle around in that garden bed with that dirt for your spiritual prayer pot. And when you put that down, every now and then go through and, take a moment when you're having a good day or a bad day and write down those thoughts and bury it in that pot, bury it in that dirt, and watch how it starts to work for you. Because this is something else that I'm very firm on. Any message that any one of God's children cry, He hears. I don't care if you don't have a connection with God. I don't care if you don't know how to get in touch with God. Sometimes the simplest way is the easiest way to build that type of relationship with Him, because you literally have to believe it in your heart that good things will come to you when you believe in Him. So when you believe in Him, just look at it. It's like you leaving something at the altar and you turning it over. Now, that right there is something to definitely go in on. But y'all, I have to get off of here and get back to some work. So I will talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Have a good one.